afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Tuesday, the 10th of March. The government's turning a spotlight on Chris Hipkins over newly released COVID inquiry findings. The Royal Commission's second phase reports found overall New Zealand responded well, but highlighted concerns including the length of Auckland's lockdown. Health Minister Simeon Brown says it shows the previous government extended the Auckland lockdown in spite of official advice saying it was safe to lift.
When Chris Hipkins stood up and said that he was following public health advice, on some occasions he wasn't.
But Chris Hipkins says the Royal Commission's finding on this point is based on old advice, which was revised by the Director-General of Health in the relevant Cabinet meeting.
The Director-General then attended the press conference and spoke to the advice. So that bit is missing from the Royal Commission because it was oral advice, not written advice. But we absolutely followed the public health advice.
Former Prime Minister Dame Jacinda Ardern says the findings gel with the first report, showing they got lots right, with areas to improve. New Zealand First Leader Winston Peters claims a public perception of bias in both phases of the inquiry risks the health sector's reputation.
Today there is a serious lack of confidence across New Zealand in our health system and its processes as a result.
Maria Meno Kapakingi is back in the fold of Te Pāti Māori, but another expelled MP isn't. Kapakingi has today won a High Court challenge against her expulsion. Justice Paul Radich says it breached the party constitution and tikanga and ordered she be reinstated. Takuta Ferris was also expelled but didn't challenge it. Co-leader Rawiri Waititi believes he doesn't want to return.
Takuta has made it quite clear that he'd be running as an independent heading into this next election, and I wish him all the luck.
President Donald Trump claims Iran intended to take over the Middle East as he announces the war launched by the US and Israel will be over pretty quickly. International estimates show more than 1,700 have been killed, the majority in Iran and Lebanon. Trump says Iran's missile capability is at 10% and its Navy, Air Force and communications are largely destroyed. He says they'll have done enough when Iran's nuclear ambitions are gone.
When basically I can see that they will no longer have any capacity whatsoever for developing weaponry that could be used against the United States, Israel, or any of our allies.
A man who broke into a Dunedin flat and violated a young woman will serve an open-ended prison sentence. Keith Andrew Wicks-Cairns attacked the victim in February last year. He was also jailed in 2013 for child sexual offences. Justice Melanie Harland has ordered a minimum 7 years and 3 months before he can go before the parole board. To sport, Zach Lomax expects to be an outside back for the Western Force as the former New South Wales Origin rep trades the NRL for Super Rugby. Lomax played on the wing and centre in league and says Force coach Simon Cron reckons he'll be a fullback or wing. Crusaders coach Rob Penny insists it's not panic stations as they try to dig their way out of a 1-win, 3-loss start to Super Rugby. Doubts over Rory McIlroy's ability to defend his title at this week's Players' Championship following a back injury. He's delayed his arrival at TPC Sawgrass. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.